Hi you guys. Today I just want to give a little look back on our plant-based journey. We're just about at 8 months of our family eating plant-based, and so I just wanted to kind of reflect on those 8 months and just give you a little inspiration if you're starting out, and just be real with you about what our plant-based journey's been like. So when we first went plant-based, it was back in July, which I think means that it's 8 months. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, 8 months. And it's been incredible. So, like I said, we first went plant-based in July. The very first thing that I did, as I mentioned in other videos, is go visit with the dietitian to find out any specific requirements that are because plant-based diet, you just need to pay more attention to your diet, especially at the beginning, and especially with having a toddler. Didn't want to screw up his development and his growth. So I always say, number one thing, visit with the dietitian. It made it a lot easier for us to transition and to feel comfortable in what we were doing. The first month was difficult. Enjoyable but difficult. It was very time consuming. Meal planning took a lot longer for me than it does now, and reading labels, so shopping took longer, and just learning new things. I was constantly looking things up, reading articles, watching videos. I just wanted to learn as much as I could about a plant-based diet and how to get the most out of it, and for new ideas. And so the first month, it definitely took a lot of energy, took a lot of work, but from that point it definitely got easier. We got into more of a routine, we got comfortable with what foods we could eat, even reading labels got a lot easier, and in the first 2 weeks we both lost weight. I lost 5 pounds and Derek lost, I think it was 10 or 12 pounds in 2 weeks. Levi dropped like 4 ounces, which I was a little concerned about, but he bounced right back up. And for me, I've just stayed at that weight since. However, I get a lot of comments from people who see me regularly, even now. They think that I've continued to lose weight, and I haven't. My weight's been exactly the same since 2 weeks after we went plant-based. So before the end of July, my weight's pretty much been the same, within like a pound. But my body composition seems to be changing, and that was, I only just started working out again a few months ago, and this was before I started working out, so it can't be anything related to that. But I even noticed my jeans were fitting different, my shirts were fitting different, but the number on the scale stayed the same, and people were commenting that I looked like I had lost weight. So this is not any scientific evidence, it's just an observation that it seems to me that eating a plant-based diet has made my body more able to either produce or maintain muscle. That's the only explanation I can have for why that number stayed the same, but people are commenting. Now I've started working out, so obviously that's going to change the way that my body looks, but before that, that's the only explanation that I can have. Derek, he's gained weight because he's been putting a focus on building muscle. He's actually working out right now. He has the day off from work, so he's in our room working out. So he's been giving a big focus on calories and just eating a lot of calories, working out consistently, and building muscle. So his weight's gone up, which he's happy about. And as far as Levi, he is just developing beautifully. At one of his first visits to the doctor, child visit, after we went plant-based, his weight had dropped, like I mentioned, a little bit, which brought him off of his growth curve, dropped him below it. So we went for a weight check 3 months later, and he had bounced back and actually was above the weight curve that he was on before, and since then has been tracking right there. He also has grown taller, faster than he ever has. He looks healthy. You guys, I'm sure you've seen pictures and videos of him. He's got the little fat on his little baby cheeks and little chubby thighs still. And even developmentally, he is just at his 21 months. When we went for a weight check, the doctor asked 24-month developmental questions, because one of the ways that eating deficiencies, like vitamin and mineral deficiencies, can manifest, if it's not manifesting in a physical slowdown like weight gain or getting taller, it can show in a developmental delay. So they asked 24-month developmental questions, and he was passing all of those at 21 months. So it's just been awesome for him. He has been just learning so much, he's growing so much, and it's just awesome for him. Also, I will go back to the beginning a little bit. When we saw the dietitian, she was able to give us, especially for Levi, the amounts of different food groups that we should aim for him to be getting every day. So that was really helpful in, as a parent, you worry about making sure that your kid gets what they need. So it helped to ease my mind, like, okay, we're providing him with these things, we're meeting his nutritional needs. I'm also going to be making a video soon about raising a plant-based toddler, plant-based child. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. Let's see, lately, the last few months, not much has really changed with our diet. I've been really focusing lately on, how do I word it? I guess like environmental things, like just trying to be more responsible to the environment. So like I just got some awesome reusable shopping bags, so instead of using all the plastic bags that I've been using for shopping, I'm bringing those now. I'm about to buy some mesh produce bags. The same thing when you go to the store, instead of using those little plastic bags, put in like apples or onions or whatever. They're just to replace that, so you don't have that waste. So that's kind of been my focus the last like month or so, which is fun. And I guess the next step that we're going to be taking, or that I want to take, I'm not sure where Derek stands on it, but right now we eat a plant-based diet, as I'm sure you know if you're watching this. But I want to, in the next few months, start to transition to a whole foods plant-based diet. And if you're not familiar with what the difference is, a plant-based diet, you still can eat like processed stuff, added sugar, added oil, as long as it comes from a plant. It's fair game. A whole foods plant-based diet is taking things in their minimally processed form, or like one-step process. So like tomato sauce, that's still whole foods plant-based. Ketchup is not. I don't know if you can see the difference there, but like a tomato sauce is, but if you break it down further than that, it's not. And it also avoids added oils, added sugars. So that's the next step that I want to take, so hopefully we'll be starting to implement that soon. When we first started, that was the goal, but we figured it would be easier to just go plant-based for a time and get comfortable with that, and then make the transition to a whole foods plant-based diet. So that's going to be the next step for us. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to be launching into that, but I definitely want to at least start it by the time we hit the 1-year mark, so by July. Overall, the last 8 months have been awesome. We've been able to try a lot of new foods. My taste buds have changed, where I'm eating a lot of different spices that I didn't like before, or even herbs. Like I used to hate cilantro, and now I don't love it, but I like the flavor that it adds to some of the dishes. And it's just been a lot of fun. It's been fun to learn new things, to be cooking new things, to be trying new things. So it's been a really fun and enjoyable journey, and I'm just very happy that we decided to go this route with our diet. And we definitely will never be going back to eating animal products again, because the way that we feel and the way that we just are now, like the energy that we have, the way that our bodies are, we hardly ever get sick anymore. And if we do catch a cold, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but instead of knocking us on our butt for a few days, it's like a little bit of a sniffle, so it's just kind of annoying for a couple days, and then we're all better. So that's been a huge difference, which is awesome. Another thing that we've noticed is like the smell of meats, which used to smell like, oh, that burger cooking smells really, really good. Now it's like kind of turns our stomach a little bit. And somebody had asked at one point, like when we go out to restaurants and things, how do you know that there isn't animal products in the foods that you're eating? Like, how do you know they didn't put butter in that, or whatever the case may be? And the answer is, we would know. Because we've had a couple of instances where we've had something and then realized after the fact that it had animal products in it, and the reason that we realized that was because our stomach got in a knot, wasn't feeling good, like the body was just angry about it. In one instance, I ate some French fries that the grease that they were cooked in comes from, well, it's mostly vegetable oil, but there's some beef fat in it, beef tallow, and I ate a few of those French fries, and instantly my stomach was in a knot. My stomach hurt the rest of the night, and I got a headache right away, and my body was just not happy about it. So we would know if there was animal products in the foods that we're eating when it's food that we're not preparing. But yeah, so that's kind of a look back at the last 8 months of our plant-based journey. Like I said, keep an eye out. I'm going to be making a video very shortly about raising a plant-based toddler and what that's like and the challenges that come along with it. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. If you are new to a plant-based diet or you're on a plant-based journey, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know where you're at, how long you've been plant-based, what you're feeling right now, any new developments. I would love to hear from you. I love to hear other people's stories. So please let me know in the comments, or you can send me a message on my Instagram, molly.lord. If you haven't subscribed to me there yet, make sure that you do. I post stuff almost daily with some great food content. For the most, it's pretty much all food. So make sure you subscribe there. It's pretty good. You can also subscribe to Derek's Instagram, which I think I might have said Facebook instead of Instagram. I meant Instagram. Derek's Instagram is derek.lord7, so you can subscribe to him as well. He posts not as regularly as me, but he posts some really good stuff as well. So make sure that you do that. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and check back soon for some new videos. Bye.